That's why I want the champion, bro. I want a real fight. Like, I was having fun that fight. I was talking to Dana, blew DC a kiss, blew that fool a kiss. Every test he's given me, this guy's big, dangerous, he's gonna knock you out. And I shut the down and made him look like Khamzat hasn't really fought any like big ass 85. He's fought like small guys and like went to war with them. And like he's kind of a weight bully in my opinion.
The great Rory MacDonald. Anything that stood out that makes GSP so special?
Obviously very talented and gifted, but above all that, he's...
You and Robbie Lawler. Did that fight give you any long-lasting effects?
Long-term damage, I definitely had some. After the fight, I went and saw like a bunch of people, and they really...
I've seen lots of notes that you've been training a lot, 2 to 3 times a day. We're wondering if you're prepping for some type of comeback.
I honestly...
The glass breaks. And that Stone Cold, you know. Yo, OverDogs podcast, breaking the glass. We're back in here, and we got a good one for you today, man. As always, me and Mac doing the hard work around here.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, we got stuff to talk about, man. UFC making waves. They had a $1.5 billion deal with ESPN over a 5-year period. And now they've gone to Paramount and CBS with a $7.7 billion 7-year deal. That's $1.1 billion per year. Huge. That's so crazy. Some people like Jake Paul was like, you guys have an idea now of what the pay should look like? I don't know, because I was asking people on my social media. Some smart guy on the internet do the breakdown of what an event is, and you know, because they have $1 million gates, but the $1 million or nowadays they have between $2 and $3 million gates. That's just for the house that, you know, every ticket sold, everything in the stadium that night. They usually use that and pay the fighters, and then maybe they save a little or they go a little over and have to because when they have big cards, big pay-per-views or whatever, and no more pay-per-views by 2026. So, you know, how does that structure look? And I'm sure the ones who've been getting money are going to continue to do that. How will the new ones come in and create that buzz to... I'm sure they will. There will be a new thing coming, that new stars, like, you know, Brendan Schaub was like, they're done building stars. But in the same paragraph, he was like, talking about people saying the fighters are going to get more buzz now. And he's like, yeah, but for less, or for the same amount. They get more fame, but no more money for it. But I just don't, you know, I'm sure it's a big deal for all involved.
Yeah, I think obviously publicity is going to be great. I know a lot of people complain about ESPN didn't promote the UFC as much as a lot of people thought they would with all their different networks they have. But I think, you know, talking about the fighter pay and the deal with Paramount, I think the number one thing, it's all speculation, but the number one thing I take from it is the UFC did not make that huge deal to make the fighters more money. It's business.
Right,
you know,
like
they're not doing that out there thinking, oh, you know what, now we can pay you guys more. They're always probably going to pay as little as they can to the fighters, and that's the business model. It's, you know, pretty much what every company does. Is it right? No, but they didn't make that deal to boost fighter pay. So, like, the benefits extending to the fighters will probably be through other means.
I don't know if they always, you know, pay as little as possible. I feel like you come
I don't necessarily mean that,
you put on some exciting shows like Alex Pereira or some other guys whose pay has tripled or quadrupled in no time because they come in, they put in the work, and they just keep showing up and fighting and putting on performances. over and over again, they're like, we like those guys, we're gonna compensate them. I think they compensate the best, and
one of those guys is on the podcast today with us. Fluffy fought through all the. Now he's going to start getting. He's getting flown out to Chicago next week to watch title fight. So his money's about to start rolling in. He's one of those fighters you're talking about.
Yeah, he's on the rise up for sure. But there's still, I feel like there's still a breaker difference. Like you see guys like, I keep using Pereira as an example because he's gotten the pay-per-views, and now that the pay-per-view model is done, I wonder how they'll do those numbers. But they can see who's watching from where, and they can expect why someone is watching depending on who's on the card, or during certain fights the ratings might be bigger. At certain times. So, Fluffy's making noise, and then you get the title fight. If you win the title fight, then you start getting the rubies. Once you collect a couple rubies,
the Infinity Stones,
then I think we're talking. The Infinity Stones, my man. So
I'm curious, Mike, if you could just put a cap, and I know, I'm just saying, but what would you, as a fighter, and a lot of fighters, what would you say the minimum the UFC theoretically should pay any fighter? So even if you take a late notice replacement fight, it's your first fight in the UFC, what's the lowest amount you think the UFC should pay anybody to step into the UFC cage?
Well, I mean, are they still doing... Is it 5-5 on the Tuesday night Contender Series?
Contender Series actually back today. I believe it's still 12-12 though for UFC.
Oh, it's 12-12 is the new minimum?
I believe so.
Well, it was 10-10 was the minimum.
Yeah, it goes up a little bit.
I would say that's a pretty good starting point, but depending on how you explode, I'm sure they have a rhythm with it where they decide how the pay goes up, and you keep rolling, keep the train going. You're gonna get to the money eventually.
Yes, sir.
There's a small percentage of fighters in the world, actually. It seems like there's so many now, and there's lots, and it's just even harder to become a name. I don't know, though. Some guys are doing it, like Carlos Prates. We were just talking about him. He's doing it. We're going to have some odds up later for some cool matchups. We got great matchups this weekend. The main event.
Dude.
Oh, my gosh. What is this? UFC 319?
319.
Yeah. Sick. Everyone wants to see the main event.
I still don't know. I don't know what I think about that one, bro. I don't. It's one of those ones.
Have you seen our
anyone
odds?
sitting there saying?
Have you seen our odds on OverDogs bet?
No. What are they?
Oh my gosh.
Let's see if this might convince me right here. How it's going to go down. What are the odds?
I did not expect it, but
Okay.
DDP a plus almost 200, I think.
That's my parlay. He's going on my parlay. I'm going DDP. I'm going DDP then if he's a plus two anywhere near 200.
Dude, it might have been over 200. It might have been plus 225.
Let me double check.
I mean,
we
might as well. Our boy's putting it up for us. Okay, he's plus 170. That's what it was. And then Khamzat's a minus.
Pico's a minus 170. I don't know about that.
Yeah, all right. So
I might be going Lerone Murphy and DDP on a parlay, dude. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I might do
that
little spot.
That's crazy to put those odds. Khamzat must know something. We all know he knows wrestling. We all know he's going to get a hold of DDP and he's going to scramble all over him. Like, you ever had a bug get on you and you're like, oh, shit, or like a mouse. People get mouses on their backs and they can't get them off. You know what I mean?
Dude, I mean, that's what he does. It takes like him an average of like 15 seconds to get a takedown, no matter who you are. I think the longest one was like near a minute, and it was for like Usman. But dude, so he is going to at least try to get down DDP.
Burns.
It took him less than a minute to get him down too.
No. The longest time to get the takedown was him against Gilbert.
Oh, it was against Burns?
Yeah. And Usman was just under that.
Well, I think if we get into the anywhere past the second round, if DDP can get anywhere past the second round of this fight, I think it becomes heavy favored for him. Because we've seen Khamzat get tired, and I think that's when DDP... If DDP can go 2 rounds, I think it's going to be like... I think DDP takes it. But it's can he... Like, we saw Robert Whittaker get his teeth smashed out of his face with like a chin crank. I don't know. But I think I'm going to have to do a parlay on DDP, though, with him being that like much of a favorite.
We got some more here with OverDogs bet. Jared Cannonier fight versus Michael Page. Michael Page is a favorite. And the Carlos Prates versus Jeff Neal. Carlos has bumped himself up there to be drinking liquor and smoking, and he's a minus 286. Jeff's skilled, but something maybe around the mental game. Because he already pulled out of this fight once.
Who, Neal?
Yeah.
Is that why he fought Ian? Prates fought Ian?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, dude. This is actually a banger. What's the other fight on the main card? There's 5. Tim Elliott, maybe? Yeah, Tim Elliott versus Kai Asakura. Pretty good fight. Bobby King Green versus Diego Ferreira.
Is he still in there?
Who? Bobby Green?
He's still in there?
Yeah. He's still in there. He's the prelim main event. Then GM3's back. Jessica Andrade is back. Chase Hooper, our boy Chase Hooper fighting Alexander Hernandez. That's a banger fight.
He posted the best picture.
He did?
Yeah, it was him with a do-rag, and then it had Michael Page and Jared Cannonier and like all the other black fighters, and then Chase with the do-rag. I'm like,
Chase funny dude.
Chase he's killing it, bro. He's absolutely killing it. He almost died on White Lotus. It's terrible.
I remember when you saw that episode, you kept saying that.
It's terrible.
Brian Battles on the card. Edson Barbosa versus Drakkar Klose. Dude, that's a banger card.
Yeah. We got to ask our guest today, how does he feel? Does he go title shot next, or...
have you seen any of his, he's going to be interesting to talk to.
One more, because they're saying
RDR.
Borralho versus...
Imavov
probably get the title fight next. But then there's some good fights for Fluffy that aren't title. Like Izzy. Is Strickland suspended indefinitely?
Nah, but I think that's just Vegas. Like, he could fight. Yeah, and then even then it's like a probationary hearing or some disciplinary hearing. But it's interesting hearing Fluffy talk about this. He don't give a... He just wants to get a title. He doesn't care who he fights, and he says that every time. I do not give a... So it's like, what is going to happen next? But RDR would be a great fight.
I picked Roman because he was a fan of the show. He was on the show.
I thought he was going to be a little bit too strong
As
for him.
I was saying, that's a tough grocery store owner. I was like, a tough grocery store owner versus, a good UFC fighter. I shoulda, coulda, woulda, man. But Fluffy got the dub. He shut me up there. I was just making my picks, man.
Well, dude, no one saw that type of coming from Fluffy. Like, we've never seen Dolidze even get finished. And he got absolutely dog-walked. And, so nobody anticipated that. I mean, that was as brutal beatings become.
We've seen Fluffy be great, though.
Yeah, but not that. Not whipping around Roman while also looking at Dana and being like, this guy's strong as boy, while he's whooping his ass.
That's what he was saying to him. And our boy in the house. Here we go with Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. All right, man. Welcome to the show, champ.
What up, man?
Future champ, right?
Yes, sir. Soon.
Yeah, soon. So do you think one more, or do you want that title fight next?
Bro, I want the title fight now. I've been doing this for a minute, and like, everyone's made a very solid point that like, dude, you're on an 8-fight win string, and it's like unheard of that happens and you don't get a title shot. Of course, I want like, I don't know, but if I have to keep fighting, run it. You know what I mean? A fight's a fight, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to make money and take care of my family. So, title seems to be the way to do that. You know what I mean?
Right. I heard that. Well, considering that they're fighting for that title this weekend, you know, everyone's excited about the matchup between DDP and Khamzat Chimaev. Who do you got in that? How do you think that fight goes?
I think DDP is going to surprise everyone, man. He's a tough guy. That's coming, you know what I mean? He's awkward. He doesn't give up, and he's got a gas tank. Where like Khamzat hasn't really fought any like big ass 85. Like he fought Robert Whittaker, which is my like opinion. He's like the last of the one-dimensional guys. So
he did.
Like, I think
he did beat GM3. Gerald Mearshart, GM3.
Bro, please, come on. That's not
one punch.
Fight.
Dude, after Khamzat beat Gerald, I ended up sparring with Gerald like a few months later or so.
Yeah, I get it.
And I was like, oh, he's like really hard to hit. I mean, I'm sure he worked on his defense after that, but that was an insane knockout.
Yeah, no, I guess, but I don't know, man. I'm just not impressed with him. So, like, he's fighting like small guys and like went to war with them, and like he's kind of a weight bully in my opinion. So I don't know. I think a big tough like DDP is gonna give him a run for his money. So that's just what I think. You know what I mean?
We were just talking about this, and I was saying, I think like if we get past the second round, DDP's stock, I mean, his gas tank's not going to be what goes down. You're going to see Khamzat wear down, and it's going to be more and more Khamzat. I mean, more and more DDP after 2 rounds. So it's like, to me, can he survive 2 rounds? Then there we go.
That's what I think basically as well, man. Like he's like, yeah, Khamzat's, but like I don't know, man. I just think DDP's tough, and he's been proving everyone wrong. So why not ride with the champ? You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I heard that. I mean, we had some bets from our betting platform called OverDogs.bet, and the odds were actually stacked against DDP. He was a plus 170 over Khamzat at a minus 225, 238 or something.
I don't know about betting and all that. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't really like. I barely even follow fighting, my guy. Like I just kind of send it and it works out. You know what I mean?
So do you watch? Like, are you gonna watch this weekend?
Yeah, I'll be there actually. They're flying me out, so to check that. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like Dana, keep me in mind.
So they're saying Caio Borralho versus Imavov. The winner of that fight might be getting that title shot.
Yeah, no.
Assuming they're gonna be there too, you know, you're probably not going to be sitting right next to each other, but
I don't know. That dude's cool. I mean, I'd talk to him. He's cool. So if they put us next to each other, either way, I'd have a good conversation with the dude. I've been talking to him recently. I really don't give a fight, bro. Like, it's just business. You know what I mean?
You talking about Caio? You've been talking to him?
I can't pronounce his name, but yeah, him.
Yeah, he's more in a conversation than I don't think people are talking to Imavov.
No, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Imavov's kind of dodged fights before. Like I know he dodged a fight with me once. I was offered him in Paris, I believe. Was it Paris? Okay. I said yeah, and then they're like, nah, hold up. He said no. And I was like, all right. Then.
What?
So I don't know how that works, man. I think I've never said no to Dana White, so you know what I mean. Like I'll run it with any. Bro, I don't know. It's just I don't call the fights, but I just like I say, I just try to show up, show out, and keep me in my boss.
No doubt. Well, if you do have to get one more, I mean, there are some good ones, some stock raisers, some exciting matchups like, Izzy Stylebender
Yeah.
versus Fluffy. That'd be a pretty good one. Or Sean Strickland.
He's suspended, right?
In Nevada or whatever. He should be able to fight somewhere else.
I don't know. He said that they were gonna honor it everywhere when I was like talking to him.
Oh, did they, bro? I'll look it up. Real quick and double check.
Wow.
My bad.
Is there anyone else?
I don't even follow it that closely, bro. I couldn't tell you. Like that's I couldn't tell you, man. I'm the one to ask about interviews. I'm usually asking my wife because she's like a fan, so she'll watch the fights and she'll like kind of keep me on the game. But like, bro, I really don't give a like. I'm trying to go chill, kick it, like do my thing, and then like if they call me to fight, run it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get paid, trying to some people up, just call it therapy. You know what I mean? And right back to work.
Yeah, no doubt. You train out in is it in Sacramento?
Yeah, I'm
with Max Griffin.
Yep. It's like that feels like my older brother. Basically, he's been like he took me under his wing when I was like 15 years old, and I've been like training with him since forever.
Yeah, Max is pretty good, man. Me and him had a good little show back in the day. He punched my eye up a little bit.
Yeah, no, he's my ass a bunch too growing up, so I know all about that, bro.
Little fast ass feet.
No, bro, he's got that go-go gadget right hand, bro. He hits you with that far as
Yeah, that's as long as
start landing. Once you let that start land, it's a long night, bro. I've been there plenty of times.
So, I saw pictures and highlights after your fight that were going viral. Like, I love that picture, and I want to know at which part it happened in, if you could describe it. Where the picture where Roman's hand is like, it looks like it's about to hit you good, and you're just smiling at him like this.
Bro, he had nothing for me. I'm telling you, like I was having fun, bro. I really was. Like I'm telling you, I can do everything. I can grapple. I can wrestle. I can do Muay Thai. I can kickbox. I can box. I can do it all. Like that's why I want the champion, bro. I want a real fight. Like I was having fun that fight. I was talking to Dana. Blew DC a kiss. Blew that fool a kiss. Let him crack me. Was talking. I'm like dodging this. Like, bro, I'm like built for war. This is all I know, man. I want the belt, and I want to like. I'm trying to like do historic, bro. Like I'm trying to make my mark before I'm too old and this game. You know what I mean?
I respect that. What were you saying to Dana?
This. I didn't know he was cheating. I was like, Dana, this fool's pretty strong, bro. And this fool's holding the cage while I'm trying to put him on his ass. I'm like, God damn it, this cheating. But that's why I thought he was hella strong, because he's holding the cage. Right?
When did you find out he was holding the cage? Like,
was it when I was
after?
watching the fight later. And then, after I heard the coach was like, bro, he's grabbed it like 6 times. I was like, what the f-? And then he started grabbing my glove, and I'm like, bro, I get it. If you're getting your ass whooped, you do whatever you can do to survive. You know what I mean? But like, this doing everything to cheat. At least he didn't kick me in the nuts, or like I put way worse. You know what I mean? He was doing the bare minimum.
So like, you were just relaxed when you grabbed that choke, or were you getting heated that he was grabbing that fence?
No, it's like it's whatever, bro. I just like it's in the moment. You know what I mean? You just like when getting hit and you get crazy. It's just like you're just in the moment. I don't know. I was just like in a. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've been seeing that meme from Baby Boy. They were talking about the way you choked him. They call your mama.
That's going crazy. Dude, some of the memes are out of pocket as hell, but
oh man,
that's why I keep trying to win, bro. I ain't trying to be on the other side of
For real.
Crazy, bro. People are out of pocket as
oh, for real.
Dude, I said it looked like when your dog has something in their mouth, and you're trying to get him, like get it out the way you drag him around.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Bro, I had a bunch of people hit me up like, what the f you gotta do him like that, bro? Why you gotta do him like that? I'm like, I need.
Well, I mean, we like him, but like that's what it looked like. That was because like Roman has never been finished, and you dog walk him like that, like
no, I know
it's just impressive, and it's nothing against him.
I really wanted to make a statement, and I knew he was a tough. I knew he can hit people and knock them out, but like I had to go out there and prove a point to everyone. Like, hey, I'm different. You know what I mean? Give me a shot, and I promise you won't be mad at it. And I think I proved that. And I think Dana White and telling them and like just letting them know I'm in the moment. I'm chilling, bro. like give me a real test. You know what I mean? Every test he's given me, this guy's big, dangerous. He's gonna knock you out, and I shut the down and made him like I've ran through everyone. Every I've walked down and like gotten his face. So I've been hurt a few times, yeah, but it's a bro. And I've walked everyone down, and like if I haven't finished them, I've put a on. So I don't like, bro. If you give me a chance, like now we're starting to make money where I'll stand in the middle and trade, bro. I'm a striker. Like I prefer not to grapple, but like I couldn't get hurt. Bro, I got 4 kids. You know what I mean? And I can't hit someone. I can't grapple. I wouldn't be able to afford. So like now I'm in a position where like, bro, I'm ready to send it. You know what I mean? Like get me paid.
Yeah.
Heard that. Nothing moving on the outside of the fight game for you. Any business opportunities, endorsements, or companies?
Nah, bro. I'm chill. I got like my sponsors take care of me. So I'm honestly just chilling and trying to absorb this fight and just run with it and get the belt and go from there. I figure like the opportunity of working in like business and all that will happen later. Like eventually I want to give back to kids where I'm from in NorCal. And like maybe a little gym and like help out somehow and like give back to the community and help young kids, you know what I mean? That would be dope. But for now, it's like build my resume, and then when I'm fighting, then I'm going to give back to the community.
So, if you could break it down for us, how you would approach a fight with DDP if he were to win this weekend, or how you would approach a fight with Khamzat, would the game plans be different? Would your fighting style be the same? Could you describe that for us?
DDP's like, I think he's more willing to make it like mix it up. You know what I mean? Khamzat is like diving at your legs, so you're gonna have to like at least wrestling defend, and jiu-jitsu defend. I think for 2 rounds before you'd have to fight him. But and then DDP's like, I think you take it anywhere with him. He's fine, so it'd be a fun fight stylistically, I think, against him. But like honestly, like at the end of the day, I would sit down with my coaches, whatever they like give me.
Okay.
They give me their insights, I give my insights, and then we sit down, we form a plan, and then try to stick to that. But sometimes it changes in the heat of the moment. But usually I try to stick to the game plan. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day,
So can you tell us about that meeting that you had with your team before the Roman Dolidze match?
It was just like, he's big, slow, he's dangerous, he hits hard. Like I don't know, he's really good at jiu-jitsu. That was like my takeaways.
Did you like watch tape with them?
We will sometimes, yeah. Or they'll like clip spots of like where he's doing really good, like what he does the most in his fights. Like, dude, my coaches do like all their homework. I keep it very, bro. I'll watch a few films. They'll tell me the tendencies, and then it's like, all right, I think I got it, and then I'll just try to go pull up, and it usually works out.
That's what's been really interesting to me, like hearing you talk about some of that stuff. Like you just show up, you didn't even know who was like on this card with you last time. You show up, they put the target on the dude's back, you go out there, kill. That's it. You go home. But so like next week or this weekend when you're watching the fights, like do you not soak in info like that when you watch fights? You just don't really enjoy watching other fights because you'll be there cage side, obviously.
I like enjoy them, but like dude, I got 4 kids, so like if I'm like I'm training all weekend, I want to go ride my jet ski, ride my dirt bikes. I'm trying to go kick it. If anything, I got the kids' sports, and so like anytime I get free time, I'm trying to go hit the mountain and get my phone and just kick it. You know what I mean? That's the lifestyle I like. So like, if it's pick a fight and watch that, or go have fun with my kids or something, I'm gonna go hang out with my kids all day, bro. Like,
Hell yeah.
I feel like it was. I don't know, dude. It's just like, am I trying to be a fanboy or am I trying to be the next biggest thing, bro? I'm trying to be the next biggest thing. I don't give a what nobody's doing. At the end of the day, I'm gonna fight you and I'm gonna try to take your head off, and that's as simple as that.
Mad respect. Okay, real quick, would you obviously don't want to wish ill upon anybody, especially like Khamzat, DDP,
Right.
but is there a part of you, a selfish little part of you that hopes maybe there's a missed weight cut or a failed weight cut?
No, I don't like. I want a full opportunity. Like, I don't want to have to jump in last minute, but if it was the case, I would do it. But I mean, I stitches. So like, realistically, I don't think they would let me pull them out. You know what I mean? And just run it. But no, I hope everything goes good, and like we'll see how it goes. If there is a weight miss, Chao's gonna get the title shot, and then we see who wins that, and then go from there. You know what I mean? But either way, like I would hate to be a middle like weight matchmaker right now because that's going crazy. Like with all the fights going on that just happened recently, that'd be a hard job right now.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Yo, it's a dig in its own to just like, I'm going to start saying all my opponents' names wrong. Like, on purpose. Like,
No, I can't. I'll f it up, dude. It's just he's got.
like I should have called Alvarez like E-Die instead of Eddie, because he going E-Die, you know, something like that. I'm gonna start saying that like that. I love it.
You talk a lot about being from like the countryside of California. You always talk about wanting to have your ranch, so your kids can have the right life. You know, the way you look at, you have chickens. You said you had a llama back in the day. What is your ideal ranch, and like why does it mean so much to you?
Bro, it's like it's a different pace. You know what I mean? It's a lot slower pace out there. It's chill. But my
I live
ideal
in
ranch, bro.
I got horses, by the way, so I agree with you. Go
there
ahead.
You go. You already know them, bro. It's just it's different. It's nice to put down your phone and just like enjoy life, soak the sun in, like actually spend time together, ride dirt bikes and make memories. You know what I mean? Like half the time, I've been up doing dumb like my cousins tying like tying bikes to quads and pulling them and sending it. But like, dude, that was some of the funnest times I had growing up, getting up. You know what I mean? Like making fun ass memories. So like, I don't know. I feel like being a kid. You know what I mean? You get to do that out there in the city. You go to jail for stupid ass. Like if you were to have fun, you'd go. In the country, you can get away with a little bit more. You know what I mean? So like, I want my kids to be able to enjoy life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See it from a different perspective. So my ideal is like a little pit bike track. I have my animals, and then I have a cage, so I can have people come my mats, and I'm chilling. That's all I need, and I'm happy, bro.
And what animals?
Probably a couple like roosters, hens for some eggs, maybe like a cow so I can butcher that. Maybe a couple goats, just like, you know what I mean.
Do you
Stuff
do
that's
some
gonna,
of
like,
that
give
now?
back. What's that?
Do you do some of that now?
No, not right now. I live in Sac this second until like I can go back, basically.
It sounds like a lot of work.
It's for sure a lot of work, but I mean, I've never been afraid of work, bro. That's why I've trained and fight, you know what I mean? Just putting in the work.
I heard that. I mean, speaking of work, you know, USA needs to get to work because we got no American champions currently besides, sorry, Kayla Harrison. Kayla's our only champion, so no male USA champions. You're getting pretty close. Would it be what would that feeling be like if you could win the title and bring it back to the US?
Bro, that'd be dope. It's like that's what I've been doing for, man. I'm gonna do it here soon. As soon as they give me my opportunity, I'll bring it back. I promise I will. Dude, I believe in myself so much. I understand this game so well, and it's like I'm not trying to be cocky or nothing like that. I just like I've put in the work. I've done everything I've needed to do. I understand the ins and outs of everything I do. I just need the chance to prove that I can win the belt and then make history, bro. I'm telling you, it's like the one thing I believe in is myself, and I know I'll always put in the work. Like I've said, I'm not afraid to work.
No doubt, bro. Speaking of flights, you know, where have you fought in the world?
I fought in China and Brazil, and then like the rest was in Vegas.
China and Brazil must have been cool.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was definitely different.
Any wild street stories from anywhere?
Nah, I don't really, bro. I just like usually kick it, get up, keep it low key, bro. I'm trying to not get in trouble to the best of my ability.
This is what makes you super kind of like interesting to me, dude, because like you don't really watch sports. You're a country boy. You don't really know the fighters even now. You just show up and target on the back. Well, like when did you find out you had the dog in you, bro? Like when did you find out I don't even like watch or I'm a fan of?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. I've just always gotten into fights like my whole life. So it's like I found myself doing that a lot. And like high school, we used to like do underground fights and we used to kick each other in the face, knee each other in the face on the floor, and just beat the brakes off each other. And I did that for a minute, and it was fun. and I beat the people. And then my cousin went to a gym. He's like, bro, you gotta try this. Called MMA, and I was like, all right, for sure. Went, tried it, fell in love with it, and I've just been fighting since I was like 15.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, and the rest is
No
history.
It's a love-hate relationship for me. I ran 5 miles today, and at one point in my run, I saw there was like a worker came out of his work truck, and he like walked across the pathway, and I run with my phone in my hand because it's playing music and it's tracking me. So
Yeah.
I'm running with my phone, and I'm like, oh, if I pull my camera out, and it was like, I seen these videos where this guy's like, yo, where's my fade at? Run my fade.
Yeah.
I wanted to start doing that to random people. Like, yo, what's up, man? Run my fade, bro. Square up. See what happens.
You're probably for sure going to get into a fight, bro. Or they're going to get scared and know the you are. I think you'll definitely punch some people, bro. I feel like you're definitely
I
going to
thought
punch some
about that
people.
too. I was like, if I'm recording, I'll be like, yo, you gotta swing first for legal purposes.
But for sure, you would definitely
Duck
have to
that
do
shit.
that. Bro, you got to figure that one out because you don't want to set yourself up, bro. Just, yeah, definitely look into that first, bro. But you don't want to set yourself up. Just, yeah.
Well, you're right. You're right about that. But we'll see what I can come up with. You know, I've done it before.
I know you won on the Ultimate, the Contender Series,
Yes,
and then
sir.
that fight got overturned because of
Yeah.
bull.
Yeah.
That counted. But then you also lost your father.
Yeah,
You
man.
had the 2 losses in the UFC. Your first fight, you won the second one, then lost the third,
Yep.
and now you're on this tear where even with Caio and Imavov up there, the number one fight people are talking about for a number one contender fight would be you and RDR. Like, what snapped? What changed during that period that put you on the longest run in middleweight
Bro,
division right now besides the champ?
No, I just had to get my head right, bro. My dad was my best friend, bro. So like, I kicked it with him a lot. So like, I had to get my head right. So that took a little minute, but like, and honestly, like during that time, I was living on a trailer off grid with 4 kids, and like, I was struggling. So like, I was trying to figure out life, and then I was hurt, and like, I had a bunch of torn ligaments, and I tore a ligament in my knee, and then I was like, well, I need money, so I'm still gonna fight. Did like a half-ass camp, and then I was like, well, that didn't work. And then I put in a full camp, won, and then got hurt again, tore a ligament. Like, when I won, but I tore my ligament in my hand 2 weeks before the fight, and I was like, I need money, so I fought anyways, and I ended up having to choke the guy out in China. And then after that, I was trying to rush back because my hand was off, but I couldn't grab, I couldn't hit. And I was like, whatever, I'll just jog. And it didn't end well. Folded in half of the knee, and I was like, well, all right, I'm not gonna fight for money ever again. I'll fight when I'm good. And then started chilled the out, and figured out how to not get hurt so much. And then, yeah, I've been on a since. But like, I've never like not believed in myself. You know what I mean?
There's got to be something that stands out to you, because, like, I know when I was learning all the stuff in my younger ages, when I was trying to make it to the UFC, I had people around me that, you know, taught me a lot more about diet, how to eat clean and healthy. And the pictures from your last fight, you look very slim, really trimmed out, in shape, really, you know, muscular, cut up, and, you know, obviously happy during the fight. So what is it that stands out to you that is really taking you up to the next levels?
Nothing, bro. I just need the fights to win. That's like literally. I don't know, bro. I believe in myself, and like I believe in my skill. Like, I don't get who I face. I've always believed in myself, even when I was hurt like a dumbass. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just got to be not injured and actually be able to put in a full camp. Everyone in the UFC's. I like learned that the hard way, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Like, trying to believe in myself a little too much, but it happens. It's reality. You know what I mean? You got to face that times. And if I can get into the cage at least somewhat healthy, I promise I'll knock anybody up, and I'll walk anybody down. Like, I've proved that in every single fight. Even the fights I've lost, I was walking forward on them, trying to walk them down. So I mean, it's kill or be killed for me, no matter what. Like, my style is kill or be killed. I don't, like, worst case, I really don't give.
How are we don't want to do that.
But,
How
like,
are
it is what it
those?
is.
I know for myself, like nerves are wavy on fight week, especially, or even beforehand, or like nights I'm going to training. I know we're gonna battle it out tonight in sparring, or like moments before you're about to make that walk. Obviously, when you're making the walk, your mind starts entering this tunnel vision, this place that you can like, you loosen up, you shake it off, and you just start moving, and you like feeling yourself.
Yeah.
But do you get those nerves before, where you want your timing to be great, you want your speed to be fast, you want to be strong, you don't want to show, you want to show your powers? And do you don't think about all that at all?
Nah, bro, I don't give. I just send it. Like,
Just
bro,
send
I don't
it.
know. I've been in so many.
That's so
I've
gangster.
been fighting my whole life. Like, before cage fighting, I was like getting jumped a lot. Like, it is what it is. A fight's a fight, bro. With one trying to pace me, I promise I'll. It's
Do
when
you
start
guys
getting
do you
3,
vibe
4,
in the
like,
back in your locker room? Are you listening to
chilling.
music, or is it
chilling,
quiet?
Listen to music. I've sparred before. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I sparred like 3 rounds or 2 rounds this last one. But the last main event, I did a 5-round fight in the back, and then I went out and fought Pereira. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't, like, as long as I'm warm, I'm good. Like, I'm in shape. So
You did 50 minutes, so you went 25, and then you went another.
And dog walked
Yeah.
him.
Wait, so you beat him faster? But the Pereira fight, how fast did that go?
that one, it was the same. I think it was the 4th round. I finished him too.
4th round, you finished him.
Was it 5?
Yeah.
Then 5th round. Yeah.
Yeah, so he beat his ass for 4 rounds and put a staple on it.
I gotta warm up harder before my fights, man. I'll be in the
I don't know.
back.
It's a
like
fine
this.
line. This last one though, I did like 2 rounds, and I was like, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't know, but I don't get nervous, dude. It's just a fight. Like, worst case, like, you know what I mean? Like, absolutely worst case. But you gotta, like, I don't know. I trust my luck, bro. I just trust my luck. I've been in a lot of fights, and usually I'm the one standing. So, like, I'll send that every time.
Bro, y'all are different breeds out there on the West. I'm telling you. Y'all are, some of y'all are weird as f- and some of y'all are chill
No, for
as f-
sure. Well, yep.
So some of the Cali folks are a little wonky.
I feel it depends what side. It depends what side of Cali you're on for sure.
So if you don't watch stuff, my next question, before I sound silly asking you, have you heard about DBX?
Of what?
Dirty Boxing Championships. That's what's on my head.
It's your boxing, right?
You okay?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I've heard. I'm like aware of who you are. I've known you the champ. You were the champ at Bare Knuckle, right? And then you
appreciate
started your own show or something, right?
Yep.
That's as much as I know. I don't know like the full
Okay.
detail. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, no, I know you've been killing. I heard like great things about you and Bare Knuckle.
Thank
Well,
you,
I heard you
man.
found your
Oh, well.
outlet, bro.
I'm so grateful. Shout out to Max Griffin again, man. Even though we was
No, he says great things about you, bro.
at a time, he's
Yeah.
a good dude. I've seen him fight many times in the UFC. So shout out to him. I know that's
Yeah.
he was repping for you when you were fighting in the Apex recently or the other night.
Yeah, it's my brother.
He had some good stuff. So yeah, so Dirty Boxing Championships is a new sport that I've created.
Okay.
It's 4-ounce MMA gloves.
Oh, okay.
And we got a little video I can put together for
Oh,
you.
dope. Hell
We
yeah.
put together. So check this out. This is a little highlight tape. That's Jairzinho Rosenstrike was our last main event. We got our next event coming. So the rules to the fight are boxing with elbows,
Oh,
Superman punches, and spinning back fists, so all upper body striking.
oh, that's wet, bro.
And then there's ground and pound to knock down opponents.
Oh, that's sick. That's dope. That's hella
Thanks,
tight.
man.
That's some gangster boxing with elbows. That's what
Yeah.
I'd like to do. That's fun.
Yeah. All right. I love that.
That's tight.
We're definitely the only one of our kind.
That's sick as bro. Congratulations on that. That's dope.
Thanks,
That's some
man.
shit I
And
would watch
now-
for sure. That's some gangster. I'd watch that for sure.
Awesome. Now we're hoping to get some streaming deals done, since the UFC just signed a $7.7 billion streaming deal with Paramount. We're talking with companies to see who wants a little dirty boxing action on their
tight as-
platform.
Well, I hope that kicks off for you. Well, man.
Thanks, dude.
You know,
Yeah,
hell
I
yeah.
want to buy a house in Malibu or something.
That'd be gangster, bro. Yeah. Well, hopefully that kicks off.
No doubt, brother, man. Thank you so much for your time, Fluffy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Man, shout out to you and your family, bro. Congratulations on your win. So happy to speak with you, and I'm glad that you shut me up and made my pick. I'll be looking to root for you for sure from now on.
I
So
appreciate
keep up
it,
the
man.
great work, man.
Appreciate it. Hopefully I made a fan.
Let anybody know who's watching, more about you, or just, shout out to anybody you want to talk about. The floor is yours before we chop it up here.
No, I appreciate everyone tuning in. Thank you to my sponsors and for being behind me and believing in me this whole time. Let's keep showing the world.
Amen. Love that. Thanks so much, Anthony.
Yeah, hell yeah. You have a great one, guys.
You too, brother.
Thanks, Fluffy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Boom! One guest down, and we got a banger of a second guest coming on. A banger for sure, because he's a G and a legend, and a G is a weird way to call it, but it's like, Thug Rose Namajunas, you know what I mean? She's a G, but, because she's Thuggy Rose. Like, that's not who our guest is, but I'm telling you, you'll get what I mean when our guest comes on, our second guest. Oh my God,
There you go.
he's quite
He's
early.
punctual
All
as
right.
hell.
Awesome. Here's our guest right here, the great
Red King.
Rory MacDonald. There he is right there. What's up, man? What a great picture you got up there.
What's going on, man?
Oh, cheers, bro. Good to see you.
You too.
Oh, thanks so much for coming. I seen lots of notes, and I run a show about you that you've been training a lot, 2 to 3 times a day since retiring. And we're wondering if you're prepping for some type of comeback.
I honestly have no plans. I have no real goals other than just training and seeing what doors open. I'm keeping an open mind though, so you never know. If I still feel good. I'm 36, just turned 36, and everything still feels pretty good in the gym. So you never know. We'll see.
Oh, no doubt, man. I remember a time that you were, I think you were going to fight for a different company, whether it be Bellator or it was PFL, and you wanted to be paid in Bitcoin. Did that happen that way?
So what happened with that was I got a big crypto sponsor for one of my fights in Bellator. But Bitcoin, I found it out the week I was fighting Tyron Woodley. Oh. Fight week, you're in the hotel room talking with your team and stuff, and we ended up landing on Bitcoin. And I got super into it, bought a bunch that week, and then the rest is history. But then because I was public about it, talking about it on Twitter or whatever it was, people are like, "Oh, would you ever get paid in Bitcoin?" And I was like, "Actually, yeah, I would do a fight or two with Bitcoin. It would have been amazing if it worked out, but it didn't."
Okay, I've always been curious about that, so thank you for setting that straight. But I mean, I know you're into the crypto game, and I kind of You know, you got to respect it. I think you bought in a while back. You've been talking about it for years. So, you know, I know I made a little money on crypto, so your Bitcoin and all that must be doing pretty well.
Yeah, I did well with it for sure. I was thankful to just happen to get in early. It's not like I'm like a mastermind crypto or anything like that. I think it was just good timing and hearing about it early, really, and believing in it, I guess.
Awesome. Gotta love that. I mean,
Was that before Crypto.com sponsored the UFC?
Yeah, so I don't know when I fought Tyron Woodley, but it was that week. Like,
Yeah, I remember
maybe
seeing that on-
2014 or 2013,
Oh,
something
yeah, way
like that.
before. Yeah, way before.
Yeah, Bitcoin was low. I think I bought in when it was around 30,000, and then
Yeah.
I think you were talking about it when it was at like 12,000.
Jeez.
Me, I bought in at about like American dollars, probably like 300-400.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty early.
Oh wow, that's
And I'm pretty sure it even dipped lower after I had like initially heard. So like it could have maybe even went down to like 250 at some point. I can't completely remember, but it was in that ballpark.
you're
Did you think
talking.
about selling at all? Did you like diamond hands
You
that?
got
You knew it
Mark
was gonna go up?
Zuckerberg money now.
Yeah, no, I definitely did stupid with it, but overall it was pretty good.
At a young age, I mean, you went pro at 16, I believe. And you know,
Yeah.
do you think that going pro that early gave you an advantage in the fight game?
I think so. I mean, I was ready at that age. Like looking back at like, I see kids now that are like 14, 15, 16 and they're so like sweet and innocent and pure and like I was a maniac when I was that young. Like I was not in that mind frame. Like I was like ready for battle at that age. So, it was the right time for me, that's for sure.
Yeah. I don't know where you're seeing these sweet, innocent 14 and 15-year-olds. There are a
Up
bunch
in
of
Canada.
Rudies out here.
There's definitely some bad eggs out there in this generation, but there's definitely some good kids out there.
No
I've been
doubt.
lucky enough to been around some pretty cool kids.
Well, speaking of that, when you were young, early in your pro career, you got to be one of those good kids training with the great George St-Pierre before his fights with BJ Penn. So, could you tell us like anything that stood out that makes GSP so special that he is, or did you pick up a lot of your learning there with GSP at a young age?
Yeah, I was honestly super blessed to be like mentored under a guy like George. He when I had moved out here like fully, actually before I moved, I was making trips to TriStar across the country because I'm from Western Canada. Montreal's out east, so he was like taking me under his wing anytime I would come out and looking after me, mentoring me, showing me, what it takes. And what I would say what stuck out and still stands out was his work ethic. He honestly is obviously very talented and gifted, but above all that, he puts in the hours, he puts in the work, and he finds a balance for himself, and he knows who he is and how to express that in his fighting style. So he's not trying to be someone he's not. He really embraced who he was as a person and expressed himself really well in his fighting style, and he did great.
What a legend. I hope somebody talks about me like that someday. And a legend is saying it, though. The legend Rory MacDonald is explaining GSP in such a great way. I mean, speaking of legendary, you and Robbie Lawler had a legendary fight, and it's still talked about to this day. I still see the memes on social media. Did that fight give you any long-lasting effects or, issues or anything? Did it change the direction of your career? And, what is something that Robbie had that made that fight so deep with you?
Yeah, so I guess the first question, long-term damage, I definitely had some. My nose was busted for how many years? Probably like a good 3 years before I actually like took care of it. After the fight, I went and saw like a bunch of people, and they really, I don't know, I just saw the wrong people, I guess, but they couldn't really, it's a Canadian medical system, unfortunately. So they weren't really like doing anything about it. So I would just get it rebroken. I was just dealing with it. I didn't really let it stall me. But like I wasn't able to really prep for a fight the way I used to. So it was always breaking in training until I fought Gegard Mousasi. He beat me and re-broke my nose in the fight, which I don't even know how many times it had broken at this point. And then I was able to get an appointment with someone. I thought it was just like, they were going to check me out again. But they're like, no, we'll take care of it today. And they like full on like did like some sort of like surgery thing, straightened my nose out, and it was like perfect after that. So a few years of like annoying nose stuff, which was difficult to deal with, but nothing too crazy. Now, what was the other part?
It was about
what, like
Robbie.
change the trajectory. So like, yeah, it definitely changed my trajectory. It like made like my name in the sport. I was able to negotiate bigger contracts out of the UFC with Bellator and PFL. Fans, like recognize me still to this day because of that fight. I still get people like, oh, your fight is my favorite or whatever, so it really was like the staple of my career and like how people see me, I guess, in the sport.
Okay.
And what made Robbie different is, he's definitely very unique. I'll tell you a funny story. In our first fight, because we fought 2 times, both good fights, but the second fight was the more intense one, bloody one. But the first fight, I was having more success taking him down, and I had him up against near the cage at one point, and I was in like half guard or like side control, and I was elbowing him in the forehead. And they were like good shots, like elbow bone, like on the forehead. And I was happy about it. Like I was like, this is good. And he started laughing at me. And I was like, it totally messed with me. I was like, what am I dealing with? And it wasn't like a fake laugh either. Like he was legitimately laughing. Like you're not hurting me. And it totally took me out of like my element mentally. And I'd never been around, like, I never fought a guy that could just take, like, 5 elbows in the face like that and just, like, laugh like it was nothing. Wow. He really embraces the fight and, like, enjoys it for what it is. Kind of like you, Mike. I feel like you, like, you're in your zone when you, like, when the going gets tough, guys like you can just, like, enjoy that and push through. Whereas, like, most people are suffering and they're trying to like push themselves mentally to stay in the fight. But there's, a handful of you guys out there that are, they enjoy that type of craziness, So Robbie's one of them.
Well, I think you were enjoying it too.
I think there was something about that. You have that in you too, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe slightly, but not to that degree of like laughing, taking elbows. I'm slightly more stressed out, I'd say.
You're just smarter. You're like, I'm not supposed to be taking the elbows. I'm supposed to be dodging and winning.
That's a good way of saying it. Thanks.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. I only, I kind of mentioned that because I've called out Robbie, and we were trying to get him to fight me in bare knuckle fighting championships, and a lot of people would have been excited about that one. I don't know if he's just given up on that, or if one day it might happen if he gets the itch. You know, would that be exciting, watching me and Robbie fight bare knuckle? How do you think that goes?
You know, I think Robbie's like 41 or 2 now.
Oh,
And he's put in the years.
of course.
So, I like the idea. Like, Robbie's still, like, probably a killer.
Right.
But I always have, like, you know, knowing who he is and, like, my time with him, like, it's always sucks seeing, like, someone who is, like, an animal like that and coming in and fighting someone younger, hungrier, you know, like, especially something as brutal as bare knuckle. It's so unforgiving. It's so crazy. I think obviously Robbie would be an amazing fit for it, and only he would be able to say. But you know, at 42, with how much he's been through already, he might not like have it in him. You know, that same passion and drive.
It's a very good response. I mean, it's very honest.
Can I jump in, Mike?
Yes.
That was actually going to kind of lead me to a question for you, because I know Ariel kind of, you know, was trying to get out of you. Like, are you preparing for a fight? It's one of the first things we did here, because it looks, you know, training a couple times a day. I know you've said, and I respect you're saying you're just having fun for right now, but is there, let me try to frame it different. Is there a fight that you would, like, you know, right now you would jump on if it was offered? Because I was going to ask you, like, what if you did get offered someone like Robbie Lawler? Because they've been talking about Mike fighting him for a long time. It doesn't
I would probably, if they like, not to disrespect Robbie, 100%. But if they did offer it, I would be super interested.
Okay, there we go. That's what I'm looking for.
Just because of, like, the nostalgia, and he beat me twice.
Yes.
That's cool.
But I love Robbie. I respect him. Like, he's awesome. So, if anything, I would talk to him personally about it before. But I don't know. And right now, I had, like, a burnout at the end of my career. PFL was like is a very hard tournament, and those weight cuts, and then I had some disappointments in my career, distractions. I had a really weird last few years of my career as far as personal life and things, like just new things coming in and life changes. So I needed to, like, take time away, and at the time I really legitimately shut the book on it.
Oh yeah,
you know. So in the last little while, things have opened up in my life, as far as time wise, to spend more time at the gym and get more involved, and more doors have opened in the martial arts world. So I'm just taking it one step at a time. I'm not, like, putting the cart before the horse, or whatever that saying is. Like, I'm enjoying it, and we'll see what happens. And I'm gonna put my faith in God, and whatever doors and whatever God's will is for my life, I'm gonna put it in his hands, and just try to take whatever the right doors I feel like are from God, and go down that path, and I'll be happy with that. I trust that God has my best plans in mind. So whenever I've done that, things have always turned out great. So I'm going to continue to do that.
Amen. Love that.
I got to say this real quick, dude. I've been to a lot of UFC fights. I've been to a lot of just combat sports fights, you know, events. I've been to sporting events. I flew to UFC 189 by myself and attended solo. I've never done that before because I knew that card was going to be special. And you put on Hall of Fame fight, it's the craziest, like, sporting event I've ever attended. It was special, and thank you. And especially saying from the first fight, that makes it even cooler. I mean, you stood there at the end of that round looking at that demon you dealt with in the first fight. You're a dog, dude, and thank you for that. That was a special memory by me. Thank you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. It was a special moment. I was just trying to keep a poker face and, like, stay standing, but I was like, it was a tough. I was in a tough spot at that point in the fight.
You're a beast, man. Nothing but respect.
I tell you, man, they do good. I think they do good plastic surgery down there in South America. my nose went sideways, and I don't think it's rebroken since. I'm sure I get little cracks in here all the time, but
Yeah.
you know, yours looks good though. Mine is all jagged.
They straightened mine up. I don't know what they did to it. They put me, I think like
Looks
they
good.
put me like half asleep or something, because I don't know if I was unconscious for it or not, but it was pretty quick too.
Oh,
Mine was pretty shifted over,
yeah.
and my breathing on this side was pretty rough, and I had a big bump over here. It was more visual. I still think I still have a bit, but yeah, they did a pretty good job. It's been rock solid.
Pretty straight. I mean, you can see mine's just got a little. I got a unicorn horn right here. So talking about, you know, Bellator, PFL, and the UFC, where I know you mentioned that tournament was so hard on your body, up and down, maybe in a little bit later age too, but you know, who was the hardest? Where were the harder fights? Where could you point out like honest differences between those companies?
Nothing really. I mean, I honestly like same level. Because I'd fought guys in the UFC that I really like in my brain were like, hey, these guys are serious dudes, and I went through them like nothing. And then there were some guys that didn't really have a name or hype, and they were badasses, and they showed up to fight, and they had a strong will. And sometimes that's all it is. It's just your will to win. And I think there's great guys out there in all organizations that are coming up, that are undiscovered, and you can't take anybody lightly in this game, because if on that day you square up with them and their will is strong and they're willing to there, it's going to be a hard fight.
Respect. Any young prospects that you're working with in these training sessions all the time?
You just helped train Wonder Boy recently. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I was down. Steven reached out to me. He was like, hey, you're back training. I saw you want to come out. And I squeezed it in. I had like a pretty crazy schedule at the time, but that was amazing working with him. He's got an amazing facility down there. His family's so cool. So that was awesome. That's like one of the other like crazy opportunities that have just come up recently. But yeah, there's definitely like a lot of potential guys that I've been seeing down here. One guy just got signed to the Contender Series, Mandel Nallo. That's going to be pretty exciting. Eamon Zahabi, he just beat Jose Aldo. He's fighting. He's fighting on the Vancouver card. I can't remember his name now, but a super well-known guy. I'm just forgetting his name now. So that's a huge fight. There's a couple guys. There's one guy that just turned pro. And I don't
Vera.
know
Sorry about that. Marlon. He's
yeah,
fighting
Vera.
Cheeto.
That's it. There's one guy. He just turned pro. So I don't know if I want to name drop him, because now then he'll never get a fight and he won't get.
No,
but there's one guy for sure. He's like super
awesome.
good. I don't want to mess up his.
No, I feel you. That's good. I get that. We actually just had. Did you watch the card over last weekend?
No, I only saw some clips.
Yeah, we were just talking to Anthony Hernandez, Fluffy, just a moment ago, and then this weekend card is gonna be good. You know, can we get some picks and predictions on? We got some OverDogs bet picks for this weekend's fight, UFC 319. Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. Chimaev's a favorite.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, and why we pull those up? Like, Rory, you've kind of talked about you didn't watch it all. You completely disappeared from the sport. You said you're coming back now. You're not following every fight, but you're watching some. Like, are you how familiar are you with some of the top guys in the UFC right now? Like, how much have you been watching?
So like I don't watch as much fights as I used to, but that like has kind of been, even when I was fighting, there's a lot going on now, so it's a lot to keep track of.
Hell yeah.
But I keep up with some of the main guys, and when I see like someone exciting on like, on my reels or whatever, I check them out. But I don't know everybody.
This
I don't know all
one
the.
though, this main event here, this is an exciting one. A lot of people.
That's a big one. I think it's a great matchup actually. DDP's got some. It's going to be. I think he's got more potential to win the fight than people are giving him credit for. Khamzat is obviously like he's an obvious like machine, but everybody's got their Achilles heels, and Dricus might be able to expose that. So he's very tough. He's durable. Stays in the game. Has a strong will, and he's got the experience as well.
I like DDP on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Pico. He was fighting in Bellator back in the day. He's an animal. Super powerful puncher. Super tough. I don't know the guy he's fighting though.
He's undefeated. He's very good out of Manchester. I don't want to say his record but he is undefeated. He's almost, let me see, it's like 20-0 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really good. But do you know any of these guys? Michael Page, Jared Cannonier? Yeah. Yeah,
I didn't know about that fight. That's a really exciting fight. I'm gonna go with MVP on that one.
Think it'll be too fast.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
maybe see if Jared could get a hold of him. I don't know though.
Yeah.
He did have a really awkward style, but damn it, man! I had something during that conversation, and it just slipped my brain. These days, man, I forget things.
Here, while you think of it,
Yeah.
Rory, can you just explain to us? I know you've had like a lot of. How does religion fit in with your career and your lifestyle and everything? Like, it seemed like you really went on a very like you've got more religious. Just explain, everything about.
Yeah, so I wouldn't call myself religious because I feel like religion as much as like I guess I am religious. Like I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus. And I live my life as best as I can as a follower of Jesus. I don't pretend to be perfect. I'm very knowing about my faults, and try to be very I think about it, and it's something in my daily life to pursue becoming a better person, and my faith drives that, and following the Lord. I've had some pretty amazing experiences in my life that I know for sure that the Lord, Jesus is real, and he's impacted my life from a very young age. And unfortunately, when I got to UFC, I feel like I left my faith just through ignorance and lack of discipline, not having the right people around me, and then like choosing that, and then not just having the knowledge and whatever. I ended up going away from it, but thankfully, before things got too bad, I went down a pretty rough path, and I was going down a very dark path in my mind. And at that point, there was like an intervening moment in my life, a very specific moment that changed everything. And I had an opportunity to come back to my faith, and I took it. And it's been an amazing road. My life changed, and things have been getting better all the time. Still working on myself and the issues that I got, but the Lord's been helping me deal with things, and life's just getting better and better. I'm super thankful for what Jesus has been able to do in my life.
That's awesome.
Can I ask like kind of if anything, I was raised Christian. Like, well, no, I was definitely raised Christian. Like, I think we're all Christians here. Do you think Jesus would be a fan of UFC? I'm just curious.
I think so.
I think so.
I think so. You know, I've what do you call that? Like, I've battled in my mind, especially like when I first started getting back into my faith. Like, should I be like violent?
Yeah.
Should I be a violent Christian? Like, does this work out? That's like a long, probably theological thing.
That's why I wanted to tap on it.
Yeah, but I guess I'll try to answer a little bit. But I do think we need to be strong men as Christians. We need to be bold and be able to be dangerous. I think martial arts is an important thing as a man, and to be able to defend ourselves against evil and to defend those who can't defend themselves. So I think maybe the light that the certain that our sport is shown on now, like the drama, the beef, the back talking, the trash talking, maybe that's not the most like the best thing to shine on martial arts. But I think everybody can bring their personality and shine their own light the way they want into the sport. So if I think you could be a mixed martial artist, and you could show the love of God in the way you act, the way you talk, the way you respect your opponent, the way you bring, preparedness to the table and fight hard and be a man. And I think also God made us to be warriors, and we can honor him in the way we express ourselves, the way we've been made internally. Because I don't know, like I always had something in me since I was a kid where I have like a fire, not necessarily to be like, oh, you spoke bad about me, I'm gonna smash your face. It's not like that. It's just like I have this thing in me where it's like some people dance, they hear music and they want to dance. Like I don't have that. When I hear like music that pumps me up, I want to shadow box and I want to like do a double leg, and I'm imagining scenarios and fighting, and like that's sort of like my music to me, or dancing to me, like, so I don't know, I have that fire to like be physical and rough. I like something about it just like has me, and it's I think that's hardwired into me, and I don't think that's by mistake. I don't.
It would be hard to replicate your career nowadays, especially with this new deal that the UFC just got done, and the way, depending on how they continue to create stars or who they choose to push, like you were talking about the trash talk in today's, the social media, the fights that really get the look at. Usually these guys say something pretty radical to each other. Yeah. And, it kind of has to be done in order to get everyone to pay attention sometimes. It would be hard to do what you did, how you became so big, and you've always been true to yourself. It would be hard to do that now.
I don't think I always was, to be honest. Maybe... there's so many fight promos out there, and I was trying to be someone I wasn't a lot of the time.
I want to go find some, Matt. We got to find some of Rory being like...
There's some... Okay, I feel bad about it.
Sorry.
I feel bad about it now, but I was in my early 20s. Unfortunately.
It'd be hard not to.
But
if you're that good at fighting, and
all of us,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. But there's a couple out there where it's like, why did I talk like that? Like, it's just, and it's out there forever.
I do that every time. I'm 33 now, and I still do it. And then I listen to the press conference after, and I'm like, I was trying to go viral, okay? I need people to watch the fight so I get paid.
You do a good job, Mike. You're always entertaining, and you have
Thank you, man.
like an
Thanks so much.
honest delivery, where it's like
Yeah.
people know like you got like a special humor, and you put it out there. It's awesome.
Thanks, man. That's so cool, bro. That's so cool. Speaking of cool, I don't. You probably have heard of Dirty Boxing Championships.
Yeah, of course.
All right, man. We got another show coming up August 29th. Do you know about the rules at all?
Okay, it's like you could do ground and pound and like some takedown, right? Like and
So no
there's
takedowns.
elbows.
Technically,
Okay, no takedown.
technically no takedowns. So the ground and pound is to a knockdown opponent. All upper body striking, Superman punches, spinning back fists, elbows, and boxing with 4-ounce gloves. And if you knock your opponent down with a strike, you can ground and pound for the finish, but you have to stay on your feet. You cannot go to knee on belly or anything like that. We have a highlight.
Okay, you could be standing over them.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can grapple if you're on your back, you're only got you can grapple to get up.
Right.
I think that's where the confusion comes in sometimes.
Right, this is true. If you're on the ground, protect yourself at all times. Do what you have to do. Create a stalemate. You could De La
Double
Hiva.
leg 'em.
You could, you could push kick the legs or the body, even though we have shoes on. This is a little highlight that we put together. We've had some great events. Our DBX3 will be August 29th. It'll be free on YouTube. And we'll be down in Miami again. We're pinning boxers versus MMA fighters with this rule set, trying to see if boxers can strike the same way with elbows involved and things like that. And kind of make it a bar brawl, a street fight. And it's gotten a lot of attention and it's been really popular. And so, we're hoping to get a deal done soon.
That's a super exciting rule set.
Very. It's all about action at all times in Dirty Boxing. So thanks for watching. Thanks for knowing about Dirty Boxing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Congrats, man.
Free on
It's
YouTube.
amazing,
Thanks, man. I'm just trying to pump it because one thing about it, we have this fighter. So Jairzinho Rozenstruik from the UFC was our last main event. We've had Yoel Romero be our main event a couple times. We had Andrei Arlovsky fight for us. Incredible athletes have fought for us. And Jairzinho is our main event on August 29th against a kind of homegrown cat at Dirty Boxing named Rob Perez. Rob is he's a brash guy. He's very intense, and he'll say some stuff, but then he's like, God is great. Like he'll say some mean and nasty things, and then he'll be like, God is great. DBX is my home, and I'm the king of DBX or whatever, and like. So he's getting a huge opportunity to fight Jairzinho. And the competition level, everyone is wondering on this one, how this one will be. So, that's just
like
something
5 pro
I get
fights.
to enjoy out of it. Get to see some up-and-comers versus some OGs in the game. And it's really something anyone can tune into.
That's awesome, man. You're like you're a matchmaker, promoter.
A little bit.
It's amazing. What a story.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, don't get me wrong, our matchmakers putting the whole kit and caboodle together, but I've thrown a few names in the hat and gotten some people some opportunities because everyone keeps hitting me up, right? And like, I've been wanting to talk about this because I can't be like, well, I'm not the guy, because I'm the guy. So everyone's hitting me up like, yo, I need in. I want to get in. I want to fight on this. I want to be a fighter. Or they're like, I need tickets. First of all, don't hit me up for tickets. Because go to my bio and my Instagram. You can buy some tickets right there. And it's free on YouTube. But, so, the whole team, everybody putting it together. And great things happening. I don't know. Do you drink tequila, Rory, or are you?
I quit drinking actually.
How long has that been?
I never been a guy to count how many days sober. It wasn't that kind of a problem, but it was a problem.
All fighters
But
have that problem.
it's been a couple years, probably.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Do you notice any real differences from it? Clarity or anything?
I'm healthier, definitely. I don't miss it at all. I had bad experiences and was dumb and young, and I don't miss those days. I can have a fun time sober, no problem. I don't miss it, to be honest. I don't think about it, so I'm thankful for that.
That's awesome, man. It's great to hear all this positive and good news from someone like yourself. We've all fighters coming up in the world have looked up to you in your career, the way that you carried yourself. I know I did. I know I'm a brash guy. I just, I try to be entertaining, but I also want to stay true to myself, and I do believe in good values and things like that. So it's really an honor speaking with you, man. And, I just want to thank you so much for your time today and everything. I don't know if there's any messages you want to give out there to anybody that's watching. I hope this is our best episode ever.
This was a great one.
And thanks for having me on. I'm always been a fan of yours since back in the day.
Thanks, bro.
When you were in UFC, and you're absolutely killing it in bare knuckle. You've found your element, and you're dangerous, dude. You're doing great, man. You're expanding. You got a beautiful family, so really, I'm happy for you, man. And I appreciate you having me on your podcast. It's a great platform, and that's about it, man. I'm thankful. I appreciate all the words you guys said, and it's awesome.
Awesome, brother. I appreciate the words you said. Thank you so much for your time, and maybe think about coming back and giving us another Rory MacDonald fight.
We'll see. I'll keep praying about it, keep walking my road, and we'll see if that's
I think you might be good at bare knuckle.
Oh, man. I don't know.
Hey, man. Cheers, brother.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
You too.
He's awesome, man. That was
He's
so
so
cool.
cool, man. Oh, that was
And
cool.
he told us that story about Rob. I've never heard that. Robbie laughing at him, dude, when he elbowed him in the first fight. That was crazy.
I was like, damn, that's what I do. Somebody hit me good as I'm like,
The laugh.
that was funny, dude.
Jesus, bro.
Oh, man, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode as much as I did, talking with the most recent, big-time UFC main event winner in Anthony Fluffy Hernandez to the all-time legend, Rory MacDonald. And, his fighting skills were incredible. His training with GSP, his story, everything about Rory was so awesome. It's just who he was, who he is as a person. That's so commendable. So it was really cool talking with him, man. It gives me things to try to set in sights for myself on how I can be better and not be that all the time. Sometimes it's fun to be that. Even Rory agreed. So, shout out to you guys, man. Thanks so much for watching, dude. Like and subscribe. I like that episode. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go check out our comments. I got to go see what you guys have been saying. And we appreciate the support so much, as always. Stay tuned for Dirty Boxing, August 29th. Platinum Tequila should be in the building. That's just what I'm hearing. I'm getting news that that's happening. So shout out to that.
I think I should get a complimentary bottle. My birthday was yesterday. I need a birthday bottle.
Y'all gonna be sharing bottles because we only getting X amount of bottles for that building, but we got hundreds of thousands coming into the United States soon enough. But August 29th, if you want to get your first up close look at the Platinum Tequila bottle and Dirty Boxing 3, groundbreaking things. Groundbreaking. Absolutely earth-shaking. Let's go, man.
Let's go. OverDogs out.